Hello, hello, good evening everyone. Good evening to the last instalment in the very exciting Hayo'u self-care day today, where we've been doing loads of exciting promotions to keep you happy. Happy on arguably the most miserable day of the year. So this evening I'm going to bring to you my definition of how to be happy, which I think would be rather useful. So let it be said before we start that one of the best therapies there are is of course retail therapy. So what we've been doing today is giving you amazing discounts on Hayo'u products that we know you love and that we really want you to have. So just to say that the diffuser has now gone live for the next hour at 50% discount, and that means it's going to be £28 from an RRP of 56. That's pretty good value. That's only for an hour. Okay, you've just bought the diffuser. Yay! I'm so pleased. So what are we talking about this evening? Well, obviously I want to announce that, and just to say that until midnight tonight, obviously there is, what's that, which is not too exhausted. No, I'm fine. What I want to say is that there is 20% off everything until midnight tonight, okay, with the diffuser now at 50%. So here I am. I finally got some makeup on, finally look half decent, and I thought what I want to talk to you about this evening is happiness. Okay, because today is deemed to be the most miserable day of the year. And I thought, right, well, not on my watch it isn't. On my watch, actually, every single day, according to Taoist theory, is the opportunity for us to indeed not be miserable. Okay, not to be kind of strung from one emotional extreme to another. And one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about this evening was, whilst you were merrily shopping on your diffuser, that obviously the idea of these products is to make you happy. Okay, the idea of these products is that yes, you get that little buzz of excitement when you buy them, especially on a discount. That's why we're doing it, because we know it cheers people up, because it's got half price. Woo! Okay, nice feeling. But then what happens once you've had that nice feeling is like, okay, well now what? New fix, new buzz, new something. What do I need? And we become these kind of dopamine junkies, okay? And the thing is, ultimately, that doesn't actually lead to a very healthy body. Now, if the website's glitching, that's probably because there's too much traffic, okay? So if anyone, for whatever reason, can't get into what it is they want to buy, please send a message. Catherine will pick up the message. Catherine is so diligent, okay? And she will make sure that you get your discount, okay? And V, you've just saying that you've managed to buy a second of everything with the discount. Yay! Okay, yeah, the website's busy. Just keep trying. If there's any problems, Catherine will pick it up, okay? So let me get to the task in hand. Obviously, there's 20% discount. Obviously, the diffuser is 50%. That's a really good thing, because what happens is that lovely aromatherapy has going to play a really important part in your self-care journey, because aromatherapy has a major impact on the body. This is why aromatherapy sort of hit the stands in the 1980s, and suddenly every single masseur was an aromatherapist, because it works, okay? But it's needs to be done in context. None of these things are silver bullets. It needs to be integrated into the deeper message. And that indeed is where Hayo'u now is that we are the brand focusing on self-care. And as you've probably seen from today, where we've shown you meditation and tapping and shaking, and we've given you discounts across the range of products to encourage you on your self-care journeys and encourage you in your resolutions and your 1 minute to self-care. So really what we're talking about this evening is pulling it all together, with which is, how do these 1 minute techniques make you happy? Indeed, how? How are they going to make you happy? Can they make you happy? Is this even possible? And the answer is actually, yes, they can. But first of all, we need to put into context the idea of happiness, because actually it's very misleading. And something that I talk to my Qigong about in the morning, if any of you are joining me, then you'll be familiar with this, is that Will Smith, who is one of my favourite actors, I love him, he did that Pursuit of Happiness as a film. And in fact, he starred with his son, and I love that film. And I rewatched it the other week with Mr. Brindle, and we were like, oh God, it just doesn't let up. That film, his life just sucks until the very last minute of the film. It's a bit like a Jane Austen novel, and finally he's let off the hook, and finally it all works out. And at that point he's happy, because the purpose of the film is saying that actually the pursuit of happiness is actually more possible than the actual feeling of happiness itself. Well, that's a bit unfair, isn't it? When the rest of us are marketed to buy this and you'll be happy, get that and you'll be happy, have this holiday and you'll be happy. You'll be happy when you buy this top, get that promotion, COVID ends. And the problem with it, according to Taoist masters, is that the problem with all this is that leads to you de facto being unhappy when you are not in the pursuit of happiness itself, or in that fleeting moment of happiness. And of course, the Taoist masters understood this. So what we say, and what is in the heart of our brand, and I know our marketing had to say happy Hayo'u, but you can blame Nancy for that, is that it's all about contentment. And that is what my feed is about this evening, okay? First time you ordered here, can't wait to try. Yeah, I'm so excited. Well done, Sephora Beauty. Thank you, thank you. So the idea is that everything that you're purchasing on the sale today, and everything, the secret sale over the weekend, and every night that I go live at 6, talking about 1 minute of self-care, the idea of everything is that what we are doing is nurturing contentment. Now, contentment is a viable emotion. It is achievable. It is constant. It is something which can basically sit here like this and just stay at this lovely calm level. This is what we're after with contentment, not happiness. Woo, woo, like woo, like this, like kids on Christmas Day. Okay, it is not a sustainable emotion, and ultimately leads to you not feeling too happy about things. So therefore, what we want to do is nurture contentment, and that is indeed something which is entirely achievable to all of us at any state in time. Now, contentment is nurtured in the lower belly, right here in the dantian. Here is contentment, right there, okay? So hold your belly down here, hold it right here. That is where contentment is felt. It is a nice, warm, embery emotion. It is attainable. You are able to nurture contentment with a breath of fresh air, with birdsong, with a nice hot cup of tea, with your partner bringing you a tea in bed, or indeed, in my case this weekend, going downstairs and making myself a cup of tea and then taking it back up to bed. That was still making me content. I didn't sit there going, no, my husband didn't make it for me because God forbid he'd mess it up anyway. And Mr. Brindle has other talents, but making me cups of tea is not one of them. But the point is that feeling of contentment, giving you this talk makes me content. Smelling the Hayo'u body oil, contentment. And what you're doing with all of these tiny little things, these tiny little drops, okay, it's like sand in an egg timer, slowly but surely building, 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 nurturing contentment. It's like these are embers of a fire which you're just gently bellowing with each breath of contentment as you slowly appreciate 1 minute at a time, little things in your life. Hayo'u products are part of it, of course, but actually so is the community. Over on Katie Brindle today, we did lots of posts with people's pets and kids, just nice little things, not hits, not energy rushes, just lovely, gentle, kind things where you can start to appreciate the stitching in the fabric, which actually, if you add it together, starts to indeed become the fabric and actually starts to create contentment. And interestingly, in my morning live on Thursday, as the great teacher, I said, right, because we were talking about this last week, okay, in view of the fact we knew that today was coming. So we all practiced. Buying all the Hayo'u products makes me content. Ali, you buying the Hayo'u products makes me content, okay? I do all this for free, but I do have to pay my staff. And we are a tiny, tiny, tiny little niche brand, okay? People kind of think we're way bigger than we are because we've had so much kind of people notice us. But we are weenie, okay? We are weenie beanie, yellow meanie, okay? And we, therefore, every sale counts. Trust me, it does. We have no backing. Literally, in case anyone knows the story of Hayo'u, I sold my engagement ring. Don't tell Mr. Brindle to fund the beginnings of this brand. And we have had to work off that ever since, okay? Literally. And I wear a fake ring. Luckily, he doesn't watch Instagram, so he's got no idea this is going on. One day, I'm going to have to buy it back because I feel really bad. But anyway, needs must. That was all I had at the time. So there we go. So I did what I had to do, and I'm really glad I did because I brought self-care to you and it makes me content. Yes, it makes me very content indeed. And that's the great thing about contentment, guys, is that you can amplify it, but it's a grounded emotion. It's like, yeah, I'm happy. Oh, and now I'm not. It's like, oh, I'm content. Oh, a bit more content. Oh, a bit less content, but now I'm content again. Everything can make you content. Everything, okay? It works. This brand makes you content because it's the truth. This is female power. This is me as a mum at home, no money, no income, and a great idea. Going, I've got a really good idea. My husband immediately dismissed it. He had all the power, all the finance, all the everything. And he's like, no, that's not going to work. No one's interested in that. I'm like, well, I kind of think they might be. Well, they're not. Well, I think they might be. And then I'm like, well, what am I going to do? What do I do? What do? You just do what you've got to do, right? You just do whatever you do. I had a little bit of savings, had a pension fund. I liquidated everything, sold my engagement ring and started. And that was the beginning of the journey, and I just got on with it. So let me tell you, whenever you guys purchase from our brand, we are extremely grateful, because at the moment we are literally just plowing it all back into the business. We try and support females. We support women in business via highlighting them on my feeds, via associating them through retail relationships, and by working with them as much as possible. So we do everything we can to be on the message, to make you content, okay? So to make you content, and that energy comes through the brand. When you hold, let's say, a clear quartz crystal, you are holding the integrity of what I know to be true. You are holding my vision in this brand. I want you to look amazing, okay? And one of the things I wanted to do tonight was to put a bit of makeup on, because I've got to go and do a COVID masterclass on Zoom after this. By the way, if anyone's interested, there's a COVID masterclass at 7. I think we've oversold, but there may be some places, because not everyone turns up because it's free. And look, you can see, if any of you watched last night, when, as usual, I had no makeup on, and I got the crystal and shoved it in my mouth like this, okay, to show you how to go out here. Look at how soft that line's gone. This is Trini BFF, by the way, guys, on my skin. Look how those lines and wrinkles have just receded. Okay, and that's what I like about the fact that I do truth on Instagram. I'll come on with a bit of Trini on. This is all Trini, okay? That's a brown eyeshadow. That's Lady Jane. That's Lady Jane. And that's about it. But the point is that you can see what you get by using Hayo'u, using Trini together. This is what you end up with when you're a truthful 48-year-old woman doing the do. Okay, I do the Qigong classes I teach. I do all the gua shas I show you. There's no secret agenda going on behind the scenes. This is what you can have when you're kind of average. That's how I describe myself. There's a lot of average going on here, but I think my skin's all right. I think it's pretty good because of the crystals. Okay, anyway, this all makes me very happy, okay, because it's achievable. And as you noticed from that amazing before and after that we put up on Friday, this is the truth. This is achievable. This brand is truthful, and that makes you content, okay? Not happy, content. It's an achievable emotion. So the trick when you're using your tools on Hayo'u is add the depth, okay, into the brand. This brand is not roll up, buy a crystal and don't come back till you want something else. This brand is about me as the founder, as a therapist, working with you, giving you the best possible results that I possibly can. Katie Blake, as my head therapist, will pick up the bespoke content that you need. If you want to have a one-to-one, she will give you bells and whistles on what's going on. This brand will give you the truth. Then we bed these 1-minute rituals into the deeper practice. My free Qigong class in the morning, the paid Qigong classes over on Hayo'u Fit. There's still 25% off those courses right now. And if you add these 1-minute rituals more than average, thank you. You can read, yes, Helen, did you not see the live feed yesterday? Anyone that didn't see me yesterday going like this? You need to watch yesterday's feed because you indeed can. Shall I just show you again, just to make you buy them one last time? Okay, look. This is what you do. This is why this brand is so good, because a load of Me Too people have copied what I'm doing, and I know they have, and I don't care. But these tools are amazing. You get that crystal, get the precision. I'm not going to do it right now because I've got to go and look half decent. But anyway, you do that. You flatten. It's like an ironing board. You flatten it out like that, and then you press with the like that, and then you bring it up right, and then you do it on the lips like this. And you can literally flatten it out like that. Totally works. Such a good piece of technique. Now, obviously wash your crystal afterwards, okay? But trust me, by creating that ironing board, you can literally flatten it out. It totally works. Now, obviously that's more of an advanced technique, but that's what this brand gives you because we know what we're talking about. I know, it totally works. Totally works, totally works, totally works. No need for fillers? Absolutely not. Now, listen, I'm not going to be sitting here telling anyone what to do. Women, for the first time in thousands of years, have the right to do what they want with their skin and their faces and their beauty and their bodies. So don't let me tell you one way or the other. But I personally am not a fan of filler and Botox. I quite like the fact that here is a natural alternative that is less invasive on the skin. Try this first. Okay, it totally works. Guys, you need to watch last night's feed because I did a whole feed on fine lines and wrinkles and I showed you that. I just literally... And then it all came up really red. And then anyone that noticed, you'll see today it's completely gone. All the fine line and wrinkle work I did last night where it really came up. Okay, it just, I know it made you laugh, but look at it now, okay? Honeybee, look at it. It totally works, okay? It's really good. And what I love is that I come on and with no makeup look like an absolute bag of rubbish, but I show you what I'm doing. And then just a tiny bit of Trini BFF, okay? Just a tiny little bit. Okay, then your skin comes to life and then in comes your beauty and you think you don't need a lot, okay? And you don't need to spend a whole load of money. How long does it go for? Well, I mean, mine is gone. Watch last night. It was all here. It came up bright red here, just under there, and it softened the line. It has softened the line. These lines have softened. I was doing this all last night. You can see the lines are still there because I've spent today going like that, because I spend every day going like that, because I don't have Botox in. And I spend half my life dealing with problems going, oh God, what are we going to do about that? Because that's the nature of running a business, which I had absolutely no idea about when I embarked on this journey. I just launched myself into it like I always do. Think, oh shit, this is quite hard. But anyway, we're fine. We're sorting our way through it. We're sort of smiling through the pain. But back to contentment. So the whole idea of tonight's feed is that contentment is a sustainable emotion. And the idea of the Hayo'u method is it's this 1 minute to self-care. Give yourself a minute to appreciate the small things in life. And I know it sounds like a cliche, but it's true. But really do it. And where I was going before this was on Thursday in my morning Qigong. I said, right, everybody try for the rest of today, given that we've all spent 45 minutes practicing together, to really make an effort to be content. Find contentment throughout the day. Now, what was funny about this was that the next day, I remembered, because I'd forgotten, I, the great teacher, had totally forgotten to do the exercise that I set myself to do, and everyone on the feed. Catherine, on the other hand, the great Catherine, who types to you whilst I wang on, remembered, of course. So it turned out that half the feed had remembered and they were the Catherines, and then half the feed had forgotten and they were the Katies. So were you a Katie or a Catherine? But the point is, we all checked back in the next day, and those of the people who had remembered to do it said how much better they felt. And we put a lot of these posts up, they're going up today over on Katie Brindle. They felt better. They felt content. And contentment is this sustainable emotion. And because I'd explained it to them in the morning, they all went off going, oh my God, this is amazing. This isn't just try to be less stressed and try to be happy. It's like these are stupid platitudes that mean nothing and don't apply and are really hard to engage with, okay? And they make you ultimately feel a bit rubbish because you think, I am stressed and actually I'm not that happy. Oh God, I'm depressed and I'm miserable. I'm a horrible, rotten person to be around. But then what happened the next day was we all laughed about how rubbish we all were because I'd forgotten as well. And then we tapped back into it and said, right, everyone that forgot, can we please now try and remember? This is practice. This is about self-care. This is the discipline. 1 minute to self-care. Try to now this evening, give yourself 1 minute to self-care. Try and be content. Just try and be content with whatever's coming your way tonight. Dinner, oh, nice food, yummy. Look at it before you start, salivate, enjoy it, okay? My free COVID masterclass, quite handy, if any of you are coming on it. And by the way, there's a backup list, because last time 500 people signed up for it and then like 350 turned up. So we had 150 spare places, which is really annoying. So this time we have, Harriet has got a backup list. So if you want to come in, oh, I've missed that. Then text Catherine, message Catherine right now, okay? And we have a backup list. In case the places haven't been filled, we will send you the email so you can get straight on to the link. Your dinner, Netflix, if you're living in the country, a fire, if you're in London, a houseplant, a pet, a child, a partner, a Zoom call, okay? Just a warm, fuzzy feeling by lighting a Hayo'u candle. Use the crystals. Feel contentment in everything you do. Just tiny little drops, not great big doo-doo, just tiny little embers, filling the lower belly, filling it with contentment. And I promise you, as you nurture contentment, you feel content. And it's 1 minute drips. And that is the whole ethos behind this brand. 1 minute to self-care. 1 minute to giving yourself that lovely, nurturing feeling that slowly but surely builds into a very solid foundation of not happiness, contentment. And what the Taoist masters taught us was that contentment can amplify like this, and it can shrink back down like that. And adversity is often going to struggle with that. But actually, if you can find contentment in your life right now, right down to the smallest little thing, then you are going to start to feel stronger. And then as we start to walk our way out of this pandemic, hopefully, well, not necessarily hopefully, actually with good leadership and good instruction, hopefully from me or from anyone else you're following right now, and the community that comes around this brand, which is very vocal, very interactive, we can start to walk through this together and nurture our lives. Now, all of this brand is based on Yang Shen, nurture life. That's what Yang Shen means. Okay, can you use the comb longer than 1 minute? Yeah. Jonathan, all of these techniques you can use longer than a minute. Every single one. The only reason I say a minute is because most people, when they're new to the brand, go, oh, I don't know about that. Oh, I haven't got time. Oh, I can't think about that. So if you go, just come back to 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, go and give me 1 minute. Then you'll go, oh, okay, I can do, all right, I'll do a minute. And then after a minute, you go, oh my God, look at that. Wow, that's amazing. Oh, hang on a minute. Now I've got 20 minutes. And that's indeed what happened with this brand, guys. When we started, it was always about a minute, okay? And then what happens is people suddenly realize that this stuff works. It works. And then you'd be amazed, okay, is that people then suddenly find themselves available for like half an hour, and they sometimes then overdo it because they get so terribly excited that they're actually overdoing what they're doing. So there we go. Yes, please do. Why do you use the comb on your waist for migraines? Because migraines are caused by the liver. So when you have migraines or headaches, please download the liver fact sheet on Katie Brindle. That liver fact sheet is going to give you what you need. And then what you want to do is you've got to clear the heat out of the liver before it starts rising up in the body and ending up in your head, causing the problem. And one of the easiest ways to clear heat from the liver is to take your comb and to gua sha around the middle. Hang on. Oh, here's my man. You want to gua sha around the middle of the body from the back round to the front. Sorry, cover his private bits. So you want to go from the back here round to the front, because this is a deep channel in the body that the liver spews toxic heat into, called the daimai. And if you clear that liver out, then you're going to start to feel better, okay? And it's a really good technique, really, really works. If you are suffering from migraines, I've done a live on Hayo'u all about them. They're listed in the IGTVs. Every single day I've listed them, literally numbers 1 to whatever number we're on now, 17, I think. What day is it? It's the 18th, number 18, isn't it? There we go. So nurture contentment, guys, nurture contentment. The whole idea of this brand is based on what I preach, what I love, which is Yang Sheng, which is a bit like Feng Shui, okay? But it means nurture life. This is all about how to look after yourself, how to self-care. And the idea of Hayo'u is to distill it down into 1 minute practices where you're nurturing yourself, where you're allowing contentment to come through. And it's such an important practice because I promise you it will make a massive difference. Right, where can I get one of those? Or Catherine, you could answer that question. Oh, what are these? I think it's from Amazon. I got him from probably Oxford. Oh, what's it called? Can't think of the name. Oxford Medical Supplies. That's it, Oxford Medical Supplies. I think you might need to be a therapist to buy them, but these are really easily available. Just go on Amazon. These are called acupuncture. I don't even know what they're called. What are these things called? Plastic Acupuncture Man? I don't know. But let me know if you can't find one. They'll be on Amazon, okay? These are very, very, very useful. How would you gua sha the body to help with tummy and digestive issues? Well, the first thing is to look at the digestive feed that I've done on Hayo'u, because that's recent. And what you want to do is you want to get the body restorer and the oil. And what you want to be doing is you want to be gua shaing across this lower belly. So into the hip area here. So gua sha into the hip like this. Gua sha over the lower belly like this. Gua sha around the middle area like that. That's the starting point. But beyond that, download my fact sheet and have a look at the recent feed that I've just done where I did a whole half hour on explaining that, okay? So that's a really useful thing to know how to do. So today was all about contentment. So try, guys, The rest of the day, you've still got half an hour left to buy your half-price diffusers, and I know that will make you content. Eyes, Lorraine, I've done a whole half hour on eyes here on Hayo'u. So just please, guys, just look at the feeds, which are just there on IGTV, okay? Because they're really fully answered there. How to gua sha for hormonal imbalance. Well, hormonal imbalance is ruled by the kidneys and then seconded by the liver. So the first thing is to download the liver fact sheet and the kidney fact sheet. That's the first thing. And really, really try to do meditation. That's really what would work. And then gua sha, it's not really going to work on the hormonal imbalance, to be honest with you. Whilst gua sha is good, I would suggest that body combing is the easier thing to do and do it in the shower. And then I would be doing meditation. And that's why this brand sits alongside Hayo'u Fit. Okay, guys, I can't emphasize enough, if you're starting to embrace these 1-minute techniques and you're starting to realize that they're making a difference, try to bring the Qigong into your life. Try and add in just the tapping or the free class with me, or think about the Hayo'u subscription. Look at the free stuff that they're doing on Hayo'u Fit. They do loads and loads of free 15-minute flows just to get you in the swing of it, okay? So, for a scar on the spine, Lorraine, that would be a question. Really, can you direct that one to Katie _ the skin whisperer _ because she needs to look at the scar before we can kind of give you blanket advice, okay? We've just got to be careful and make sure that we're giving you the right proper advice. So guys, thank you so much for joining me this evening. Remember, there's still half an hour of the 50% discount on the diffuser to make you content, and then 20% off everything until midnight tonight, okay? Difference between body gua sha and the comb. We'll both do gua sha, but the comb is more for cellulite, flabby skin, chicken skin on the backs of the arms, kind of low-level stagnation, sort of low-level aches and pains, and you can do it in the shower. It's really easy to do. It's also brilliant for the hair and for the head and the scalp and headaches, okay? But body gua sha is more for pain. It's more for inflammation, strengthening the immune system, pain relief, clearing coughs, clearing fevers. It's got more of a medicinal use to it. Now, be really careful what I'm saying, because I'm not allowed to make claims like that against my body tool, but I can say body gua sha does that, and I have a body gua sha tool, so you can join up the dots. And until they shut me down from saying it, I'll just keep going. So please say it on my behalf, because it totally works. So guys, if there's been any problems for you guys ordering anything, or you've missed anything, just send Catherine an email, okay? Catherine won't say anything if I won't. I'm sure we can help you make those last minute purchases today. Okay, I'm sure we can, Catherine. I'm sure Catherine will. She'll stick up for you. So if anyone missed anything, I missed the candle, just let her know, okay, and we'll sort it out. But don't tell anyone I told you that. I'm hoping that Hayo'u have disappeared so they don't know I've just said that. So mum's the word. Anyway, guys, thank you. Be content. It's Blue Monday, except it's not. This was the Monday that you learnt about contentment, okay? Let us make you content by giving you these products. We are so proud to bring them to you. I need to stop talking and sort myself out. So thank you. Thank you, guys. Oh God, Hayo'u Fit's on, so shh, don't say anyone. Exactly, Catherine's being quiet. So just message Catherine, guys, and she'll sort it out. And probably message Hayo'u Fit, and we'll sort of just about between us, we'll secret you all through. Have a lovely day. If that has made you content, then I'm glad I'm doing my job. I will see you all over in the masterclass. If you want to come, please let Catherine know. She will help you get into the class. Okay, there's probably some spaces still. It's technically sold out, but a lot of people last time didn't take their places, which is so annoying. So blame me, folks. Exactly, Catherine. And Catherine will blame me, and nobody will have a go at me. So it's okay. Have a lovely day, everyone. Happy Blue Monday.